We have to say that. Thank you so much. You know, we've seen Neela Samandar in Daudi, or usse pehle bhi. Then we've seen Khuni Samandar. And everything Devara Part 1 is all about is between these two things, right? It's like you've covered the entire spectrum. What is Devara for you and what is happening here? Tell us.
Devra, for me, obviously, it's not only a film, but it's a journey with Koratal Shiva for many years. I mean, we've known each other since this movie of mine called Brindavanam. And Shiva was the writer for the movie, and it was this growth of friendship between me and him. And then when he started off as a filmmaker, my interest towards him, my respect towards him, has only increased with every film he's done. But I mean, it was very tough for him to sustain that kind of blockbusters which he's delivered.
Right.
It's only because Shiva has nothing in mind but the story of the film. It keeps running in his head. He just needs the right space. He just needs the right people around him to just excel in it. And when our journey started, right before RRR released, so he came up with this idea of this protagonist. Usually in commercial mainstream movie, we have a protagonist coming from the downtrodden, when there's absolute zero courage. The protagonist comes forward, gives courage to the people who needs, who needs courage, takes them and goes forward. But here there's a flip to Devra. So when courage is completely, when it's filled to the brim, when it exceeds, there needs to be a certain amount of fear. And the protagonist is actually trying to give in fear than actually give in courage. So that for me, was a phenomenal idea. And then we started our journey of Devra. And here, I hope we've lived up to the expectations of the trailer. And that's about it.
Whatever we've seen up till now is phenomenal, right? As I said, we are like full of that intensity, that angst. It's in all of us. Talk to us about these action sequences.
Devara is, I've been, when Karan sir and Apurva sir and Anil sir, the three mascots of Devara, the three musketeers as well, when they stepped in, Shiva, when he narrated the script to them, and when they saw a few visuals of the movie, I was really shocked seeing their reactions. And that's when I came to know that, this movie will definitely work. This movie is, I would call it an action drama. It is extremely high on action. Right. Saif sir would definitely agree with me. There was some physically strenuous action sequence we both have been part of. Right. It is definitely high on action. Peter Hines, then we had Anil Arasu, and then especially we had Solomon, who's worked for RRR as well, the National Award winner. He has actually extensively worked on the overwater and the underwater sequences of Devra. And we've shot for about 38 odd days underwater and about close to 60 odd days overwater. So that itself was a chunk of 100 days to 80 to 100 days. So it is phenomenal action you probably haven't seen before. And the kind of water interactions, the kind of CGIs we've blended into those action sequences are phenomenal. So Devara is very high on action, and I would just can't wait for the world to see it.
I'm sure, sir, we're going to love it. Ek baar zordar taliyan for this amazing team, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so we have a set of these questions that I've got from our friends from the media. So I'm going to be asking those questions, sir, on their behalf. And to know, the first Telugu film that you presented was Bahubali. It was a smashed, super duper hit. It was a blockbuster in the Hindi belt. What are your expectations from Devara Part 1?
I was, of course, as I said, that, I was absolutely honored even then, to present S.S. Rajamouli sir's vision. And, kind of that began a massive journey, for Indian cinema. I think Bahubali will always be the very first pillar, that kind of held pan-India cinema together. Will always be a reference for so much. I have mega expectations of Devara, and for various reasons. The fact that this is, as Tarak himself said, his solo release after so many years. His fans have been waiting for this to happen. The fact that Saif and Janvi are part of this film, making it a true blue pan-India experience. The fact that Siva sir's vision, as a filmmaker is so exceptional. I don't want to put a number because that would dilute and demean what Devara means to all of us as a cinematic experience. But rest assured, it's going to be a celebration on the 27th of September.
Absolutely, sir. Fingers crossed. Of course, the celebration has already begun. As I said, in North America, we're doing so well already, even before the trailer. Of course, it is.
That itself is an indication, right? Because that's the first place where the advances have really opened. Yeah. And the fact that there is this just organically crazy, like madness, that is an indication of the advances as well as the opening for the film across the nation as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you, Karan sir, for sharing that. Of course, Siva sir, this one's for you. Simran Sethi from ANI would want to know that what was your vision like before you started Devara? And did it alter a little while the movie was being made, or is it the same?
See, as I keep on saying that this is the most ambitious film ever made from my side, not in terms of scale, but in the idea itself. Because the idea of the protagonist being the fear is very exciting to me. And it remained the same throughout. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Saif, sir, this one's for you. Bharti ma'am, Bharti Dubeji would want to know, how do you look at this trend of cross-pollination of stars from north and south?
I think it's great, obviously, I mean, it'll be so, we've gotten used to an idea where, there's Bollywood and there's movies made in the north and there's movies in the south. And there's so many different movie industries in India. And the idea to have one film that can bring, actors from different states like that together to create something that's truly pan-Indian is becoming the new standard today.
Right.
Films have done it, and I'm sure films will continue to do it. I'm just really lucky that I managed to speak a bit of Telugu properly, because it seems to be the language also of the future, and to learn a couple more languages, and everyone needs to broaden their horizons, get out of their comfort zones as actors. And I mean, for me, it was a great, great honor to be part of this, and I'm sure it's going to be the future for a lot of people, so it's great.
Again, he said it, ladies and gentlemen, Saif Ali Khan Sahab. Ek bar zordar taliyan. Of course, moving on to the man of masses. For your action-packed performance in Devara Part 1, can you give us a sneak peek into any particular intense fight sequence or say a stunt that you're really excited for?
Well, Amarji, right? Amar, do we have here? Do we have Amarji here? Okay. So, oh, hi. Great. So I can't point out on one such particular action sequence, or I definitely would not point out on one stunt or a sequence. But I'm sure Anil sir, Apurva sir, and Karan sir will agree with me. I think the last half an hour or 40 minutes of Devara is going to rock you all. So I can't wait. I just can't wait for people to watch that. The visual what my director Shiva had in his mind, and I just can't wait for the world to see it. that's.
And you're riding that giant fish. Talk to us about
shark.
that.
That was a shark.
The shark.
Yes.
So how was it like?
No, I mean, like, you should tell me, how was that? How did it look?
We loved it. I mean, loved that scene.
Well, I didn't. I hated shooting for it. I mean, that was one of the sequences which really took a lot of time.
Us masala.
Oh, seriously. I was in a 200 by 150 tank, which was about 5.5 feet. And that shot literally took like almost a full day to get it right. So there's,
But it
there's a lot
is
of
marvelous. Whatever we saw there, it is like amazing. Give it up for NTR Junior, ladies and gentlemen. Karan sir, that's all with the questions from our friends from the media, but I have a question for you. Of course, you are this ace filmmaker, the creative genius. What is it that, that appeals to you when you watch a trailer? Because we do this day in, day out. But, I can see that twinkle in your eye today. It's something special. What is it that appeals to you the most when we release a trailer like this, whether you are a part of that film or not, as a cine lover?
As you just said, as a cine lover, as a cine goer, for me, I've grown up watching films in single screens. Like when I was 4 years old is when I went and watched a film in a single screen with my parents, and then that began my journey with watching massive cinema in cinema halls. So to me, every time I see a tentpole film, a cinema spectacle, it just makes my heart happy. Because this is what we're here for, right? Absolutely. We are here. What else we here for, as Kapil Dev says? We really want to just watch the magic of celluloid, just the magic of big mainstream cinema. So when I see a trailer like the Devara trailer, it just explodes. Like whether I'm associated with the film or not is really immaterial. I, as a cine goer, as an audience, as a fan, when I watch massive entertainment, that's all I'm here for. That's all I want. That's all I live for, literally.
Absolutely. Tarak bhai, this one last question for you. What do you have to say to all your fans now when I'm sure they must have seen the trailer? Ab kya bolna hai? Ek aakhri cheez.
I always want to thank them for all the love and all the support they've given me over the years of being an actor. And I don't know. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot I need to thank them for. But I would just this humble thanks. Thank you for being there with me.
Saif sir, closing remarks, I would say. What do you have to say to all the fans out there who were eagerly waiting for the trailer and now it's out?
I think it's an amazing trailer. The background music, the visuals. I have to say, Randy sir, our DOP, has shot this film outstandingly. The cast has been fab. Of course, Tarak Sashivas's vision. I think it's really exciting. And like Karan said, like a big movie coming out that you should watch in the theaters with all these beautiful colors and this amazing sound. I'm very excited.
As Saif sir just talked about the BGM and the dialogue, so that is something that was, out there. The dialogues and the BGM complementing each other. Talk to us about that quickly, sir, please.
Right from the beginning, we thought of Anirudh as a music director because, he's the master of sound and he knows how to blend the music into the story well. And happy that he gave this output. Yeah.
And it's going with the dialogues. Tarak sir, one last thing. Talk to us about Shiva sir. Is he always this
Have you seen him answer your questions? It's always.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like that long.
I was afraid
So Shiva is a master in especially when in dialogues. If your dialogue needs to be so much for you to let's say a kilometer, for you to express your angst or whatever it is, to express something. Shiva's dialogues are just 200 meters.
Right.
They're just 200 meters. So, and I don't know how he does it. He's extremely talented. I mean, I told you, I've been his friend for a very long time. We've been friends for a very long time. He just delivers the same expression in 200 meters. So it's very few words, but the expression is so deep.
Precise and to the point, right? To the point. 27th September is when we'll get to see the movie in theaters. Let's just come to that point. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for a final photo op, and I'd like to invite on stage some really cool people. Ji. मैं कर लूं पहले आते हैं ना would like to invite on stage our very very favorite people, of course, as I said, बड़े इन लोगों ने बड़ा काम किया है for the Indian film industry. Apurva Mehta Sahab, the CEO Dharma, say give it up for him. And of course, he's presented it, he's distributed it. AA Films say Anil Thadani Sahab, ladies and gentlemen. Anil sir, I know. You always say no for this, and I always say that I have a question for you. Anil. कोई एक सेकंड आ रहा हूँ. Can we check the mics? All right. Anil sir, Nini sir, quickly, you know, if you have to, as I said, the trio has worked wonders for the Indian film industry. Bahubali se ab tak, and of course, AA Films has been there. वो logo आता है बहुत मायने रखती है बात. So please talk to us about Devara Part 1 and being a part of this collaboration one more time.
Just like to thank Tarak for showing and Shiva sir for showing so much confidence in Karan, Apurva and me. We've come back again to present this film after Bahubali and hope it just repeats the same kind of magic.
We sure. Apurva sir, what would you like to share with us, please? Again, I'll have.
So, you know, we've always been huge fans of Tarak's work, be it in RRR or Temper or Janta Garage. So really, thank you for giving us this opportunity. We were, like he rightly said, blown away when we saw the visuals, and I think everyone can understand what we are feeling once you see the trailer. So thank you for trusting us, Tarak and Siva sir, with your film, and we are so excited. Thank you.
Karan sir, one more time, thank you so much for getting this to this part of the country. And of course, the movie releases on the 27th September, ladies and gentlemen, worldwide. And in the meantime, of course, yeah, it's time to go click, click, click. It's time for a final photo op. Ji.